Yes, Rastafari, give thanks. Holy Manuel I, Selassie I.
Yeah,
Yeah. Rastafari,
Rastafari.
God and King, the mighty God in the whirlwind. Marcus I, Selassie I. Jah, Rastafari,
Rastafari.
whirlwind God.
Jah
Jah,
Rastafari.
Manuel
See
I,
Jah.
Selassie, Selassie I. Jah,
Jah Rastafari.
Rastafari. Blessed love, honorable my
Lord,
Lord,
my
blessed
Lord,
Lord.
give thanks to life.
Thanks for life, my Lord. Give thanks for each and every one that is in the house with I and I. Welcome to the house of priest. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you, Honorable Kess Westmore, the Honorable Priest Richie. A program that comes to you on this Sunday evening around this time where we expound on things, are expound really, and go into depths on things that are of Melchizedek order, the Black Christ, King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Give thanks for your presence with us, Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie,
Yeah, Jah
Jah, Rastafari.
Rastafari.
Give thanks, I will, you know, hand the floor over to the Honorable Kess Westmore, the Honorable Priest, to, bring us in even with a word of reverence and a word that he desired to share with us, at his speed. My Lord, give
My
thanks.
Lord, give thanks again. We give thanks to the royal reverence, four wings of earth, universally, internationally, earth, sky, and sea. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie,
Yes. Yeah.
Jah, Rastafari. Glory be to our Father, and to the Son, to the Holy One of creation. As Jah was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, Jehovah without end. Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. God moves in a mysterious ways, wonders to perform. He plants his footsteps upon the sea and ride upon the storms. Deep in unfathomable minds have never changed its skill. He treasures up his blessed design and works his sovereign will. We give thanks to the Lord of the Sabbath. We give thanks to the Lord of the earthquake. We give thanks to the Lord of lightning and thunder. Give thanks to God in three persons, blessed Trinity and power. Give thanks to Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Give thanks to the Most High for each and every one that has been dwelling in thy presence, O the Most High, from that time to this time. We give thanks to the Most High, those who are uplifting thy works continually, publishing it four wings of earth, from earth to Zion. Blessed be the tie that binds our hearts in one creation and love. The fellowship of kindred mind is like to that above. Before thy throne, O thou Most High, we pour our ardent prayer. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah,
Yeah.
Rastafari. God be with you, and God be in you, and God be around you. Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. My Lord, bless the Lord.
Majesty. Yes, my Lord, give thanks for the word sound and give thanks to the royal congregation again, each and every one that is with us. Yes, mighty priest, as you know, the world when God is with us at the moment,
Complete.
Marcus Messiah Garvey is in the elements. And yes, even in your where you are at the moment in the Helena of the West,
Yes,
as
sir.
they call it, St. Lucia,
Yeah,
Ayanola.
I know that.
Yes. So family, I know most of you should be aware that the hurricane Beryl is passing through the Windward Islands and should be passing somewhere. The eye should be passing somewhere south of Barbados in the next few hours. And of course, the effects, according to what the forecasters have been showing us, the effects should be felt of course, definitely in St. Vincent, Grenada, St. Lucia, even as far as Martinique and even Dominica might get a taste. And from Guadeloupe and even where I am in Antigua, we should even, see some of the bands pass through with some lightning and thunder. So it should be a very interesting evening going into tomorrow. As Marcus Messiah Garvey always said, look for him in the whirlwind and look for him in the thunderstorm. And I know there may be those listening saying, oh, come on, but Marcus Garvey, this is just nature at work here. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'll get into that a little bit more. Let me just give thanks for the Honorable Priest and open the floor for him to give an introduction and share a word. My Lord, blessed
Give
Lord.
thanks to life again, Majesty. And give thanks to the congregation. Give thanks to the viewers. Give thanks to the listeners. Give thanks to all those that are inclined to hear at this time on their heart. More blessings and more prosperity, all these times and these seasons, is not something new. Category 4, hurricane moving through at this time, Beryl, it's like Empress Rachel, Beryl McGregor, so it's like, it's a judgment going through the earth at this time still, so,
All right.
so, when these things happen, you must know that, it's a wake-up call. Because, Marcus Mosiah Garvey tell us, if we are to have another 400 years around here in the Western world, it's just disaster and ruin. 100 years of disaster and ruin. So, as the father said, I don't think it's getting better. Say all of these politicians and these people who think that they can solve the problem and their loan will be higher and higher when they go to the World Bank and the IMF. The man says fundamental freedom, redemption, international repatriation, because, the land saturated also. So, as one hurricane hit, another one hit, landslide, mudslide, Sometimes when you speak these things, people say you're calling and destruction upon the thing, but you're just speaking of the reality of what is going on. You understand that the land is drenched with water, So things that happened last year and don't get a setback again, it get disturbed again. So look more, you don't have any places here down in the West. And the people are shelterless, homeless, naked. But it's just a judgment to go through, because the man said, look for me in the world and look for me in the storms. And when you look at these storms always jump off from the shores of the continent and come down here in the Western world. And when I look at these storms at all times, I never praise.
True.
I said these storms always come in the season that is leading up to emancipation.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Always within that season there. That the time when it started, you say June, His Majesty addresses League of Nations.
True.
And then,
Today.
you're right. You see? So this is a terrible thing there, category 4. So, it's a wake-up call. Right? And the storms always seem to end right in November the year too. Even the coronation moments again. They have to look on all of that.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just a mystery answer. So we look at the part of the storm where we see that it walking through and, even going into the, you see it opening up at Jamaica right there. So we look at the part of the storm in this time. So we give thanks, for King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Him say, pray for the judgment comes still, don't pray for if you turn back still, So, pray
yeah,
for
but how the rest of that go? Oh my, no, there's more to it, man. The pray for it turn back, because they have a bit more to it, but sorry to stuck in there, man.
Because just if what I even showing us say that it's a judgment in another, if a judgment don't bring I together,
Yeah.
And I didn't even look on even 2004. 2004 there when Ivan hit even the foundation, even that moment of time there, I see a kind of unity I see in the camp there, foundation wise, people coming together. And I remember when everyone was living over the big house, the big house there, right below where preacher they have in place here before you reach Broomfield. So, people's ones and ones house would get demolished or broken down. People were living together. The moments that time there, like just one from one place and helping out each other and everything. And it was a great moment till ones and ones start to go forward to them different places of abode. But it was beautiful as a man bring down them bed from up at them house and come down and them never lied upon it as someone else lied upon it, And the man and woman and children there together. So it was a blessed moment at that time there, So
Natural.
sometimes these things come together still, you know, happen. And it's a wake-up call, you know. Because we can't look out of it, you know, for the past months, even this year, we see we're in a lot of, you know, right now in St. Lucia, where you have these youngsters now, them picking up all kind of things now. They have some little gang things, so they are 6 and they are 7, and it's youths, school youths, you know, secondary school, you know.
6 and 7 years old.
No, them call themselves 6 and 7.
That's the name of the gangs, true.
Right. Coming off some little madness, you know, Jamaica have another set of madness that like that also. So
them the name 4 and 5?
no, them have the 6 also. So
Okay, true.
yeah,
Yeah,
so all of these things, you know, so sometimes a waking up call, you know, and always a waking up. It's not sometimes a waking up call, you know. Ones and ones have to look in themselves in this time still, you know, but you know, wherever, you know, we're going into the season right now. As we say, it even begin from even today, addressing the League of Nations also. Right, so we give thanks, man, for the man who move in a mysterious way. I say, look for me in the whirlwind, look for me in the storm. And then shall bring countless millions of blacks who have died in America, Africa, the Caribbean, to aid and I in the fight for liberty, life, you know. So we give thanks for Marcus Mosiah Garvey here, you know, the God of whirlwind. And all these speakers, you know, when you listen to how Marcus Mosiah Garvey speak,
I hear that.
you see, no ordinary man don't speak like that.
Yeah.
An age, even a man say him speaking and him speaking harsh, you don't hear them speak like that. Them don't take on to that. What we should say, that way the man own himself.
Yeah, man.
Until I say,
confidence.
I can tell a million times a day, you understand? And it says, look for me. Look for me. Somebody knows so that it is him own himself as the God in flesh. And God have these elements where you never hear of anyone else speak. They'll speak of different, they'll speak all manner of things. But no one address themselves as our Marcus Mosiah Garvey. You could search the books going down. All of these religious leaders and motivational speakers and yogis and all, none of them have spoken like our Marcus Mosiah Garvey have spoken. So, you know, it's a serious, Bishana is a serious man. So make you have to look on it, because I always say, Marcus Garvey speak about that like it's like a piece of paper you take up and crush up and just show one side.
True.
And he speaks with that authority, that conviction. Know exactly what he's speaking about. There's not any doubt is coming from his mind, and there's no looseness coming from off his lips. What he has uttered, he means it. And he wants us as a people to take it even serious. You know, so we give thanks so close to the Atlantic Ocean, so that's what's going on right now. Category 4, CAT, you know? True. Like a caterpillar, it walking and coming, but it coming strong.
Yeah. The black tiger, the real cat.
Black tiger, you know?
Wow, that's holy man, yeah. Rastafari. So, royal family, give thanks, my Lord, God and King. Even what we're getting here from current conditions, you're looking at a view here from Barbados. This one is a view in Barbados. It's 28 minutes after 6 there here, and even where the Honorable Priest is there in St. Lucia. And, you know, as we say, even within the title of this presentation tonight, we had Marcus Mosiah Garvey. In the title shows, you know, the House of Priests, Hurricane Watch, Marcus Mosiah Garvey and Haile Selassie. And again, just to bring to the forefront, because many times the one may feel that, you know, we're just big people having a little childlike experience and having fun and creating our own superheroes and, you know, taking regular people and putting extra things on them. But no, this is African spirituality at its highest. As my Lord just said, today is the day, and I have to even big up the man Cypher Selassie. You know, today is his earth strong.
Bless.
You know, the
Bless.
sword of the Holy Trinity, and is today the king bust the sword for true, as the scripture say. You know what I mean? He shall open his mouth and speak unto them, and you know, with a two-edged sword in his mouth. And we know when the King of Kings addressed the League of Nations in 1936, the 30th of June, you know what I mean, the two-edged sword. This is the same day, Patrice Lumumba, in 1960, the 30th of June, had to stand up and show them fellas there, listen, I can't remember the fella that talked before him, but it was pure tap dancing and shuffling and scratching and giving thanks to Leopold of Belgium. Who? You know how much hands Leopold have for I and I? Give thanks? What a joke it are. So when Patrice Lumumba came up, Patrice said, hey, listen, let me show you something, right? He didn't really say it like that, but his speech was explaining that we had to fight for this independence here. Let's not forget those who died on the fields, those who died in the prisons, those who died at the hand of the authorities of the colonial government, you know. So we need to thank ourselves. These are the people, our ancestors, we need to remember. That's why within 200 days, he wasn't around anymore as Patrice Lumumba, and his successor was there for over 30 years, which is Joseph Mobutu. Interesting stuff, eh? But this is the spirit of the ancestors working here. So you have the Patrice Lumumba, 30th of June. You have Haile Selassie I, key speech that changed the whole world, 30th of June, 36. But now you have the spirit of Marcus Garvey, because anything that have to do with hurricane is Marcus Garvey. Now, as you see, we start in June. That's when they say the hurricane season is. June, July, August, September, October, November. That's it. That's Jason, Jason. Jason. And everyone know that the path that it take, we don't know the whole slavery vibes and everything. But my Lord, I want to highlight the first storm. But before that, let me make sure the family understand that Marcus Messiah Garvey himself. Listen to this, family.
Well, I intend with your help and God's grace to continue, because my work has only just begun. And future generations shall have in their hands the guide by which they shall know the sins of the 20th century. I know, and I know you too believe in time, but we shall wait patiently for 200 years if need be to face our enemies to our posterity. When my enemies are satisfied, in life I shall come back, or in death even to serve you as I served before. In life I shall be the same, in death I shall be a terror to the foes of then count on me to be the real Marcus Garvey I would like to be. If I may come in an earthquake or a plague or a pestilence or as God would have me, then be assured that I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you. Will I God not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? If I die in Atlanta, my work will only just then begin. For I shall live in the physical or the spiritual to see the day of Africa's glory. When I am dead, wrap the mantle of the red, the black, and the green around me. For in the new life I shall rise up with God's grace and blessings to lead the millions up the heights and the triumph that you well know. Look for me in a world when there is storm. Look for me all around you. For with God's grace I shall come back with countless millions of black men and women who have died in America, those who have died in the West Indies, and those who have died in Africa to aid you in the fight for liberty, freedom, and life.
Oh. You're starting off with that, and you hear who he say he coming back with. he coming back with countless of
Countless.
So Patrice Lumumba, that's what I'm saying today. That's how you figure them things out, you know, you check the day. Now, let me just run this here quick, my lord. Now, this is a program I did on the 19th of June.
Right.
This program was done on Juneteenth. And I did this program when I already had on my pajamas ready to go to bed. And I'm just speaking figuratively, but still, the point is that this was, remember Juneteenth? Now, for those who know what Juneteenth is, that's the day when a lot of ones celebrate the Emancipation Proclamation in the United States. I went through the whole thing, you know, in 1863 and Abraham Lincoln, but it wasn't until I think it's in 1865 in a place called Galveston, Texas, that on the 19th of June, some fellas came and brought the news that the Negroes were set free. And then the news really spread to the people them in the South. Now, in fact, I just completed a program that night, you know, but really, it was really like time to go in. And then I heard the news that the first named storm was battering Texas with extra wind gusts in Galveston. And this was the same day, the 19th of June, the same night. You understand? Juneteenth, when they were having celebrations in Galveston. So it's like Garvey, because remember, this is a redemption thing, a freedom thing, emancipation thing. So the only vibes I get is that Garvey went to celebrate with them in Galveston. Just give me 5 minutes here. Let me just run it there so ones could refresh themselves. Is beating down on Texas. That's me. I want you to listen to this. We're listening.
And tonight, Tropical Storm Alberto forms in the Gulf, causing flooding, rough surf, and storm surge.
Right now, we have cameras in Houston and along the coast, courtesy of Saltwater Recon, helping us track the impacts for you tonight. Our team also spread out, tracking the season's first named storm with reports from South Padre Island, Corpus Christi, Surfside Beach, and Galveston. But we begin with Chief Meteorologist David Paul on the biggest impacts we're seeing right now, Dave.
And they have been and will continue to be on the immediate coast, where the rise in the water as the wind pushes it up onto the beaches is 2 to 4 feet above normal. That's the surge. That's why we've got so many high water spots on roadways, Jamaica Beach, down to Surfside and other spots on the coast. Also, winds gusting to 37 miles an hour in Galveston during the past hour.
Okay, that's it. That's it. So this is Texas. And you could see for yourself, and of course, courtesy of KHOU 11 News. And you could see the gusts, the wind gusts, 29, 26, Cleveland, 26, Hobby, 22, Pearland. He said something about Jamaica Beach. That's a laugh. 29, Brenham. But the highest gusts, listen to me, the highest wind gust, wind speed, the highest concentration, follow me, of the first named storm of the year. Mr. Alberto, you sure is Alberto? Oh, it's Messiah Garvey. The highest gust is in Galveston, Texas tonight, as he said a moment ago, within the hour. This is fresh, brand new, 2024, the 19th day of June. Juneteenth, the first named storm appear in Texas, and to show you how serious it is, the highest gust of wind is in Galveston, where Juneteenth began. Who is the real liberator and emancipator? It is Marcus Messiah Garvey. No, yeah, pardon. Every year Marcus Garvey do that, eh? I'm not going to even start to explain this. Every year, every year, you can detect the man in them storms.
All the while.
Ja, Rastafari.
Galveston.
My Lord. Yes, my Lord. Just continue to track what's going on in the Caribbean here.
Yes,
True God.
Yeah, man. I'm Jamaica Beach.
Yeah,
And then you mention Galveston. Jamaica Beach in a Galveston, it come like a Garvey vest on. Like you said.
Yeah, because really, that's what got, yeah, wow. I see, yeah, what you're saying, man. Wow.
Yes, you know.
And the sign is always in the word, the etymology too.
True.
Yeah, always.
Because it mentioned, remember, Jamaica and then the place.
Yeah.
One time,
One time, Jamaica
One
Beach. As
time,
I said,
Jamaica
that's a
Beach.
law.
Yeah, Galveston.
Yeah, man. Serious, right? So
Serious.
it just to show the family, no makeup thing.
No.
It's as real can get, You can see, I watching this thing here, you can see the clouds looking to walking and Barbados now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you can see that.
Yeah, yeah. And family again, just give thanks, man. Marcus Garvey with us. I did a program with Pre Shimran and he recounting when Hurricane, what's his name, Gilbert passed through.
Gilbert.
Yeah, he said he clearly remember every man and woman pack up in one house and King Emmanuel they burning a chalice. Yeah, I have to light my pipe too. And
That's the part, right?
he said he clearly remember when as if the house, like when you see the flooring separating.
Yes, yes.
And King Emmanuel say, Marcus is I and I in here, man.
Yeah,
And the house,
yeah.
he say clearly remember the house is drop back
Yeah,
down.
man.
And that was it. So are we in the star? Man can't be chanting earthquake, lightning, and then running under the bed when it comes.
It's just like when Ivan was blowing.
True.
And priest Prophet Ferdy from Spanish Town there.
Yes.
He was on the veranda. The gates of the eye them normally stay upon when you come there where priest
True.
brings them right there. So.
True.
And him say, when every man was like a moving and a hide from when Ivan a blow, Prophet Ferdy was walking up on the veranda. And the only thing he was saying, they are binging them skin. They are binging them skin. They are binging them skin. That's all him walking and saying in the style there. They are binging them skin. They are binging them skin. Yeah, so I just say you can't chant lightning and thunder and when you hear some terrible lightning lick and thunder like you want to run go hide or shake or you ask the hurricane and all of them thing there and when you see now, yeah. Just know say the works of the most high going through,
True. Right.
Yeah, man, that's work that the most high going through.
And the last but the previous program I did and this well no not the previous program I did on this social media here was Thursday night. Thursday night I was on with Rasta Roundtable.
Yes.
And that's how I sealed up my conversation. Them times I didn't know about Beryl. It was Ezekiel 37 I was highlighting. I didn't read it. I'm talking about the valley of the dry bones. I was connecting it to African spirituality. So I was showing them after he done talk to the bones and the bones. I give thanks to the man, the great Joshua, honorable priest. Give thanks, my Lord, for your word song. Give thanks. We were there, But anyway, yeah, when Ezekiel done talk to the bones and give the bones them, bring them together and give them sinew and flesh and did a real good job. But you just couldn't put life into them.
Right.
So you had to go and talk to the wind, go to the Lord and say the people, we did a good job, but something not working out. Say, yeah, it's all right. You don't have to talk to them no more. Go and speak to the wind. So I see that in several ways, go and connect with the elements, service, fasting, praying. You understand? Yeah, all of that is it too. Sometimes to turn from that and go into that to kind of put the icing on the cake, that kind of seal it up. That's how I see that. He did a specific work where he himself, had to do. That's why you see great ones go into seclusion after a while. After they don't teach and teach, you see they put on the cloak and cover their face and
different invitation.
They're gonna speak to the wind.
Yes.
So interesting how the wind show up now. I'm telling you, come speak to I and I, Yes, Marcus Garvey. Yes, my Lord.
You know, you're speaking
Like
there a
the
while
chance.
ago, and you know, as I say, we always study the thing, because you say it a while ago, you say Jamaica Beach, you know.
All right, yeah.
And then him telling about the wind what blowing down on Gavelston is 37. You see? It's 37, and the eye just speaking about Ezekiel 37. Can these dry bones live? And it's Juneteenth again, the 19th, same place. Emancipation, proclamation. Can these bones live after such emancipation, proclamation again? Says the same 37 again. Same 19th again. The heavens declare the glory of the Lord.
True.
So it's just a lot of things, you know, right there. So that's fulfilled right there. So, and then you say the wind blowing in them, and it's the wind that is coming in at 37.
True.
Right there in Gavelston. Right there. So when you decipher out these things, you know, it's a real mystic vibration going through the ends of the earth also. You know, and it's these codes man have to read. Because him say, you know, even the birds know it, them coming, you know, and everything, you know, but only the man observe. And everything you do, you have to be really observing, you have to check in the number, everything, you know, because even before the plane lift off, you know, the pilot have to check everything, you know. Everything have to be in check. You understand? But only those who will observe, keen observation, will see these signs, and because these are the signs that great man study from long time and could know, say, yes, this is it, you know, and that is it, you know. Right, so Father did Marcus Mosaic Garvey, they always tell us that nature's make us, you know. We are, and we out of our own creative ingenious make ourselves what we are to be. So it's all about nature and everything, you know. I still see people moving up and down there in Barbados. I don't see them go inside as yet. Although the street not so busy, but you know, you have 1 and 2 vehicle probably rushing home. Still as the time drying, and if you notice the clouds, the heavens getting a different.
I think I see some lightning hit there too.
Yes.
And family, I know if you ever sit through a hurricane, they're gonna just move slowly and
yeah, man.
All over like if you're not going nowhere. Wow, what a thing.
We've been through quite a few
Yes,
things that happen, you know. Yeah, you've got the foundation there. Been through quite a few storms and sitting on some terrible storms.
I think the Ivan, if I'm not mistaken, which bring down the age in Tabernacle, it was a service, not a Friday night service.
It was a Friday, the same ancient is there, man. I never priest Morgan.
Yeah,
man, it's the man. And the thing is that, you know, because you see people mystic, you know, people don't understand what's going on.
It was 11th of September too.
Yeah, all right. With the Bobo Shanti order, you know, because you see what happened now is that the man them go over there and them go to the service and them do the mercy chant.
Yes, tell me.
Now, if the mercy chant ever go through, you know, Jamaica could rip it up because the eye was coming straight over Jamaica right there, so, you know. And even Priest Donovan was showing it, say, as Priest Donovan was holding the banner, and I have a Priest Morgan and a Priest Christopher Morant, you know, Joshua on the altar there. And, you know, Priest Donovan, they tell enough time the wind take him and bring him down the west door. And he have to come back up again. And they bring him down the west door, you know, so real battle. So after them done the chant, everything, and come over now, when them come over now, the tabernacle just fall on that side, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, just fall on that side. So, and that storm, you know, because this is a storm, you know, when I remember quite clearly, you know, when I look down in the south there and I see all of them rainbirds and so on, and I say, yeah, man, it is coming. And when the hour strikes 6 o'clock and you hear the horn blow and the drum sound. Exactly that time, the wind start and it was like a helicopter start propelling, you know. And from it start there, it did not stop till 6 o'clock the next morning there on the Sabbath. That's when it started to calm down again. You know? Yeah, it was a mystic moment that go through, you know.
To me, the most significant moment is that it fell the ancient tabernacle, brother.
Yeah. You know, the thing is that, you know, when we look at certain things, you know, even I and I
I cry when I hear that, you know, Prophet Jago will call me. Yeah, I remember exactly what it was, but
it mystic in a praise. So, however, you know, because the father say, him call I and him service to do his work and, you know, strengthen that which is ready to die, you know, even when it's ready to die still, in many different ways, you know, continue to strengthen that which is there because you see how the tabernacle fall, I always tell man, you know, there are certain places that fell within Ivan, and if you really study it, they only fell. And falling now is that the side that the tabernacle fall on, which is the side on the south, the post that was holding up, the root of those posts was like rotten or going bad. So it's like they just fall on that side. Same with the...
So they got out already, sorry. They got out when it's fall on that side already?
There?
The priest and them already.
Yeah, man. When them go through the door, you know, the gating, after them finish that and go through the arch gating and everything, you know, it just drop one time.
Give thanks. Rastafari.
Yeah, man, it just drop one time, man. But then I said that them go complete the mission that was there, you know. As the man said, the mercy chant must chant. You know, so it chant. And when you look at the food house again, the food house fell on a side.
Okay, true.
And the side where the food house fell on was also a side that the post was getting bad.
Yeah.
The kitchen also fell on a side, and where it fell again was where the post was getting bad. And those were the main places that fell in Ivan there.
Let me ask you, this is a little controversial, but it's timely.
Right.
And it's something that need clarity because, you know, Bobo have a thing. Yeah, man, I can bring this up. I know we don't count cows. Yeah. But it's a serious thing. I was in Jamaica in so Ivan is what? 2000 and what it was? 2004. Okay. Whenever 204, right?
Yeah.
I did visit that year, my lord.
Yes.
When I was there, that same year, I think it's the day before I come. Because when I come in the yard, there was this big rumbling about Capleton and come up there to shoot some kind of video. Like the day before.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there was this big argument about, well, I don't think he was a priest, but priest from Costa Rica, Priest Blaze,
yes,
the white priest. This is the first, and that was a new experience for me. Them time I didn't even know that white Bobo them time there. So wow, when I see that, I yeah. But anyway, that's a next story for next time. And I remember he had an ex-brethren that was moving with him, but he didn't have on a turban at the time. And man was burning heavy fire, and his brethren saying that this man go and sit down in the mercy seat.
Oh, there was this
Right. Because
yeah,
honestly, right, not to
there.
be superstitious, but when I heard the tabernacle did drop, and man, this had some mystic thinking them time there, and I said, wow, you know. But anyway, you go ahead, so what say.
Yeah, I remember that moment there because it was I think something would happen to that brethren there, you know, something in them Evans and them things. Right. But within that moments of time, but it after that time there, but it's after the after within that moments of time. But I remember exactly, man. Because the Virgin did flick and go in at the mercy seat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man, in the flick, like, you know, like some acrobat thing and everything.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
Spider-Man move.
yeah, man, it was on the roll call. It was on the roll call, man. I think Priest Blaze was supposed to scan the roll call, man, in there too. It was a Friday morning.
Virgin.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Some mystic thing happened there, but as I said, still, it was on the Sabbath there, that Ivan there, the serious thing there. But when you look, as I say again, observe it, all of those, like, you have some places that are main places within the foundation.
Of course.
Never get damaged. Like, for example, the gatehouse. The gatehouse never move, you know, and it's so mystic that we were at the gatehouse because when I came to the foundation and the man him say, when Gilbert blew, King Emmanuel said the man him not using them broom band. And that was something I learned. I never there, you know, I never priest Abba, because I never priest Abba did go Portland that day to, and him come forward and him say, priest, it is coming. And I went out to the end of the island there and I see it out there, it coming. So I remember when the ancients always say, King Emmanuel said they're not using the broom band. So the broom band now is what you use and you make some hurricane strap.
True.
So like you bore the holes like probably an inch apart, inch apart, inch apart, inch apart, and you wrap it around the rafters and everything and nail it in and nail it. So the breeze can't pull it. It's an extra support for it. And that's what we did to Gatehouse.
Okay, true, man.
And I remember Gatehouse never did even have some windows and everything, man. A lot of documents and everything was stored under the Gatehouse, and many angels, Raskasta, many people stayed within the Gatehouse here. So the Gatehouse was like a safe haven. Enough man same way. Gatehouse remained firm, and when you look at it same way too, you know, that's a guardhouse where when angels come in, that's where they'll have to come to, and that remain intact. You know, the office was still intact. It's just the veranda part of the conference hall did come down. I remember conference hall have like a railing there, like a balcony, if you remember that part there. So it come down same way. So just those places that needed repair.
Yeah, man. Now I get where, you know, sometimes I get it to they hear the end of the story for you, brother.
Yeah, man. And that needed repair.
True.
But it was a great time, and give thanks to the angels in the camp, you know, because a lot of angels become like rescue angels that day, you know. Because Bobo always have some angels going through the storm and looking forward for the elder woman, them and woman and children, and finding them, and, you know, priest Joshua, priest Par, all of them, and they're going through, priest Warren with them time they still and going through and shouting of them, Empress Phyllis, you all right? So, and, you know, priest Carl, them, you know, priest Archibald, them, all them, everyone still moving through and helping. But we know, especially priest Joshua, them go through enough places and what the foundation and them thing there. Priest Kevin was there at that time too.
My Lord.
And move through, you know. Yeah, and checking up on the angels them and all around the camp. So it's sure, you know, so sometimes people might think, you know, but, you know, Bobo have that, when Bobo manifests that love, you know, Bobo manifests that love, you know. And the teeth and tongue may meet, you know. But yeah and nay, but, you know.
Sure. Yeah, man, of course. Yeah, that's a very powerful testimony there, my Lord.
Sure, man.
Yeah, man, them things should be written in, yeah, like the Bible to come. I had some information here. This one I look behind you, man. I had some this is where we really are. I had some information here, even on the. So, but no, before we go there, man, let me ask a question. I know I don't want to be too you know, I don't want to cause too much, but I want that clarity. Would it be fair to say, I want to study this book, would it be fair to say that when he sit in that seat there, the mercy seat, would it be fair to say he's the last person to ever sit in that mercy seat?
I can't tell you. Well, no one
Yes,
ever really sitting next to it, because if delegation is going through, no one really sitting it at the delegation.
right. I mean, nobody could just play around with it. Because
Right.
it's just
No one
several
ever.
months after, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't too long after.
Yeah. No one ever really. I've never really seen anyone really sit in the mercy seat like that still.
And I gotta tell you, I don't know if you remember, you know, but because them times, right? Now, I must say still, you know, whether man believe or not. Because remember, you know, we go through a terrible thing, you know, in slavery, eh? And I
Truly.
take my time and I inspect what we go through.
Right.
And I will be clear and honest. I always make it clear. I don't have no hatred for nobody. Eh? But when you hear black man, if a black man say that he don't have no love for white people with reasoning, me personally, I ain't giving him no wrong.
No, but you can't fight against a
But
man.
he have right to
You
say
have a
so,
right to
even
say.
up to a day like today.
Yes.
But I always consider myself a very clear thinking person. And I tell you the truth, King. They know me, and I have no hatred for nobody. But I never, up to now, I never see it right for a next nation to be controlling, even orchestrating an African culture. You know what I mean? To me, that's almost like tourism. So when I came to the camp in 2004,
right.
Remember, you know, that was like a shock to me now. I never see a white
You never
Bobo
see anything
before.
like that before.
No.
Right.
And so I remember the Sabbath night, the Friday night, when I come into the Tabernacle. It was Priest Blaze. He was holding the banner.
Yes.
No, sorry, I had that mix up. I was holding the banner. And
Oh.
Priest Blaze came in. And that time I don't really know what's going on, you know. And the priest step up on the altar. King, that was like a shock to me. I said, wow. And I gave up the banner and I went up and I hold a mess. And I talked to Priest Prince and I just couldn't understand.
Right.
Although I was there in 2001, you know, and it's 2001 I get crowned. And I come back, it was like the same time in the same month and a half. I spent everything. Nothing was different, like the exact dates and almost everything.
Yeah.
So, and you don't know, I'm very zealous for this.
Truly.
And Priest Prince said, man, don't worry about that. It's not here come to check. It's Jaya come to check. So they make them man run it from the service. And, you know, the next morning, I didn't go back the night, but the next morning, you know, I went and as there I know, I take in the service for the time I did.
Truly.
You know, but it take me time to even adjust to that, you know what I mean? And you don't know, is several morning devotion, not several, a lot of morning devotion Priest Blaze carry and I.
Yeah,
like,
man. For real, man. I know,
man.
I remember them time, man. I know the idea.
I can't say he didn't teach me a lot as far as the said order that I, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? But even up to today, my lord, up to now, I will tell you the truth. It's something that needs to be reasoned, not because, you know, man, we tell you Jack Crown, a man, priest, and all of that. I understand that. I'm not fighting none of that. But we have to, it has to have, I can tell you why too. We have to have a standard. We have an African ceremony here. Let's be straight. This is an African tradition that we are carrying out. And you're going to tell me we don't even have a limit, because we don't have a limit as to how many non-Africans can partake of this. I remember clearly that same time, I count cows in, but anyway, at the same time, because I brought it up. I don't know. I read and study and so all the time I want to understand certain things. And I remember myself, the Honorable Priest Joshua was there too. Clearly remember that. And the reasoning, because he's the one that made this comment that I'm going to say now. I remember I was saying that one was saying, man, nothing wrong if a white priest so-and-so and giving me a reasoning. So I said, okay, so if you have 2 white priests and 5 black priests. And man was saying, no, man, everything blessed. And I bring it till he come to like 1 black priest and 6 white priests. And I remember the honorable priest clearly said, no, my lord, that can't happen. No, I never see that specifically.
Yeah.
But I see close enough. Where there was 1 black priest on the altar and about 4 of our white brethren. Now, again, I ain't got no hatred for no one, my lord. I'm just looking at an African tradition for something to look right there. And that's where I stand. And I think it needs heavy discussion. Heavy discussion. That's my opinion on that. And I don't think I'm wrong. And nobody that's not African can be vexed with me. Yeah. There's a place for everyone, but we have to understand. So it got to be a standard. There must be some standard. And then we have 7 Caucasian and white priests on the altar, and the whole congregation is black. It can happen. I mean, I always say, no, it can't happen. But things that I say, man, tell me can't happen, I see it happen. That's all.
That's the part.
So when I heard the Tabernacle drop, I said, wow, I wonder if it's because that brethren gonna sit up in the seat, man. Because it might happen so right. What about Jah himself?
Give that. You make a lot of joy out of it still, but you know, however, still, you know, it's 2004 there still. Because if you're like a mystical person, you study certain things. Because when you know the quotes of King David, nothing not really go by you like that, you understand? Whereas from the beginning of the year, there was something I was telling the man that something going to happen, but I don't know what it is. But something going to take place, you know? And a lot of things was going on, and, you know, some little things that was taking place. And so you could feel like something building up to something, but you're not sure. You can't put your hand to it, but you know that something going to take place. Something gonna take place right there, you know? And I don't think the Virgin was there at that time yet. Yeah, I don't think I was there through the through the storm. You know, I don't think I was there through the storm still, you know? You know, so even as Africans, black people, you know, I'm have to take them harder serious.
Yeah.
Because if I say take them harder serious now, it's like Melchizedek order is the order to go through and it govern the elements, to go through the ends of the earth. Is it uplift the day to day settings? A man might know, the man says it, you know, the earth run on it. And it needs strength. And the man say, if you don't do it, you know, you will end up see wood and stone. And then him say again that prophecy, we provoke you to jealousy. See, it will provoke you to jealousy.
Yeah,
The next set of people, you understand? Because you have to do the work.
I like that.
You see it. However, in the Congress now, when you check it out, you have a registration form. So
that's a good
it
one.
shows you they now say the settings of the Congress and the governance of the Congress now, no other nation but the black nation govern that part. You understand? And then afterwards, after the fullness, and you go through the now, it shows they now say, is the order we have to go teach about the earth. And every nation have to go sit under their own vine and fig tree. And them have to go learn the way too. And them can't carry it no other way, but the way than us how them come teach it. You understand? And learn of it. That's why you sit down in South America and them places they know. We want to learn of it and practice. Because even them youth there, another priest Blaze, wearing he came. And as we just the panic, we are talking the whole priest that for show you honest, you know, it's like he came.
True.
And the reason why they came, you know, was as a virgin from Argentina that saw them wearing turban and asked them, say, how them wearing turban? And if them ever visit the foundation, and he make them know straight that the thing the virgin named Pablo, them have to go to the foundation.
Who our priest Pablo?
No. A virgin from, he's an Argentinian.
So where Pablo from? In Argentina? Suriname?
No, Suriname.
Suriname.
All pub, right.
True,
And
true.
them have to go. So them come forward now and, you know, you have ones and ones look on them and wait to see him way. Guys, as I said, the word. Yeah, ones and ones look on them, and I think it was 2 of them first that get priest, and then the other one get priest, you know, but Blaze now was the, you know, Federico, I think is, he was the more out of them. I never know, I never know he was so young too. But when him go over now with what him learn, that is the whole thing now with this order now, that's why it says the African people have to take it serious. Because with what he learned, he went over his country there.
Yeah.
And then the young youths in his age group, even princesses and all of them things, they leave out of them people, places, and go and live in the hills.
Shanti and
you see Shanti, them even have a picture where them take him and put him on the front page of the newspaper, and you know, trim up on him, you know, like them trampling big boots and them thing that them take the way them take the picture with them foot and everything is like him taking all of these people. So what happened now? Them start to gravitate. And gravitate now. Him realize that him can't manage it. Now really say can't manage it, but them coming on him so realize there's more to learn. Him have to come forward, and other angels come with him same way, other virgins come with him same way, that him couldn't learn and couldn't ever go forward and with more to the congregation. And it's from there now you find out that moments right there is where all of those places from Panama, Chile, Colombia, all of these places, even to Brazil, true right in that central American country there, you know? From there, so it started, and them thing there still. So you realize now when them youth there at the foundation now, as I say, jealousy to an jealousy, is them you see carrying out the order and always on the roll call, always willing to hold a banner for the service go through, the bingy go through and all of them things, you know? So, man and man them run back the prophecy again and say, you know, him say him come for the last sheep of Israel. And the person did say now, say, even the dog wait for the crumbs to fall off of the table. That's them couldn't get it too. You see it, so other nations come and them learn it. But the man said the administration of the government, you know, is the house of Israelite. You know, so once and once they have to learn and go back and teach and go tell the glory of the black God. They have to go and speak what them say, you know. But the whole fullness now of what I and I as Bobo Shanti have realized now, say, many people come from different places, even if them is African descent. We realize now when these people come now, you have to use these people as the arms and legs for the foundation. You know, ones and ones will come. They might come from there, as I say, an African ascendant again. He might learn in priesthood order and him go there. So, but the thing is that him forget what the main purpose of the Congress is. You see it, so the Jamaica government so tight upon King Emmanuel Charles Edwards government, that's them don't want to do what they're supposed to do. Now, these different angels from different parts of the countries and wherever they may be, if they realize what the Congress is all about and studying King Emmanuel Charles Edwards' works and know that he wants help, it's for them also to agitate to their countries to documentation from the headquarters to assist and help also to pressure the Jamaica government in bringing up the works and documents of King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. That means not just the voice coming out from Jamaica alone now, but the voice coming from all these different places. So all these people that want justice in different places where they are from, the way to get the justice is to see that ruling power is given unto the Black Secretary General of the Black United Nations. So equality and justice can be ministered toward four wings of earth. So it's not just to say they learn the art and go and sit down until they know the art, and it's more than that. It's a spiritual part, yes, to uplift one's spirit, but if you understand what the Congress is all about and its main aims and objectives is to agitate through your government for the assistance of what King Emmanuel Charles Edwards is talking about. Because remember, he had the 4-point document to be dealt with, which was the last document before he make his move. So people from these countries have to agitate. Even when you see certain things going on, like, for example, many things was going on the day, and it's still going on within the foundation, where crimes happen upon the foundation, upon the hill, and a priest missing, and all of these things, and the Jamaica government not playing a part in it. If there was a strong word coming from these countries towards the Jamaica government to look into these things, because they are also nationals of another country, and their safety also knowing so they are at a place from a schoolroom. So with the agitating to their government to pressure the Jamaica government also to look into these things, we probably couldn't get enough clarification of many things that happen upon the foundation, the presence of the authority, where you see the police and the soldier could continually, pass through the foundation, and this because it's international people also. Where them from Bermuda, Bahamas, and Trinidad, wherever. St. Lucia, Antigua. But that's the whole thing too. So if we didn't have meditation, ones and ones meditate for no, say, nah, man. Call upon Minister of Foreign Affairs, your country. Look into that. Look into that. What's going on? Because if the Jamaica government is dependent upon to come to certain things, only thing they wanted to do is fight and kill themselves up there, and people come and marshal because they don't care. But when they get pressured from these other countries, they'll have to, what they don't want to do, they will eventually have to do it. So that is why we say now these places are arms and foot and ears of King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, and they have to be used accordingly for the main aims and objectives of the Congress go through. It's not just to sit down and like you come sit down and say, this is how the Bobo them bake bread in, and we just baking bread like that, and this is how the Bobo them said, and it's more than that. That is not it alone. We give thanks to the spiritual part that, to uplift man's soul and teach man, but it is more than that, because him don't want a footbread around here. So if you come and you join the army, and it must to strengthen the works of King Emmanuel Charles Edwards to make his claim go through. You see. Yes, Majesty.
My Lord, Selassie, Jah,
Rasta.
Rastafari. Yeah, it looked like it touched down on Barbados to some degree.
I see that.
Yeah, man. Even though it looked like people still running up and down there in the dark.
As the vehicle, as the two couple vehicles pass.
Yeah, I know it go, man. That it usually stay like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, my lord. So we give thanks for even the storm coming through, and we just ask, that the Father be as they say, the mercy chant. His
Yeah,
mercy
man.
endureth forever. It is
Yes.
what it is. You know, I have to come through, you know, I can't even talk sometimes. It is what it is. But yes, my lord, still, you know, very important points that you're making there. And, you know, still, because we want a clarity. You know, I'm not really a fan of trying to make people like if I have to explain myself, but still, you know, we have some faithful, you know, followers and ones that lean on the information. So we want to make sure that we are clear
True,
because
man.
again, and this is not because of scripture or anything, you know. It
That's
just
right.
only makes sense that there's an order on the planet and the order designed for everybody, every goodie, everything, you know, all monkey and lizard and everything supposed to be of King Emmanuel order. In fact, all them things, you know, praising Rastafari. It's just human beings that we're trying to get in order still. You
True.
know what I mean? So even because even amongst I, you know, you have some real strict man, we tell you, well, nobody's supposed to be. Now you see, now I have a different concept when it comes to Bobo Shanti now. Now you see, Bobo Shanti is really it has to do with ethnicity, you know.
True.
It really now a person may be a member of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress as a member, but now to be a Bobo Shanti, because my definition of it really is like because we really have become a new people in the West to a degree, you know, because Fanti and Igbo and Hausa and Fulani and Akan and all of them they come together and blend, you know, from your parents and your grandparents and then your great grandparents, man. Any one of us could easily have 34 different African ethnicity in us, and we still black like charcoal, you know.
True, man.
You know, hardly anyone is purely Hausa now. Hardly anyone over here is purely Akan. Hardly
Right.
anyone, you know. So and the Bobo, they have the Bobo tribe, and you have the Shanti tribe. Them is different tribe, and the different type of Bobo too. Bobo Dijeni and Bobo different, and J.
Yes.
Deep, but we're Bobo Shanti.
Bobo Shanti.
Yeah, the Africans in the West. Okay, good. So, you know, the fact that another nation has accepted the Bobo Shanti order, that means they would have come in with a certain level of humility because what they would have done is even drop their white God and pick up the black God. Now, it's not about black and white God, you know, it's about the truth. That's
That
all.
God, man.
It's just the reality. Now, this is why we put it out now. As I said, it's an order for every living thing, you know, that it's there, so it's not exempt to anyone. But yet still, even in its administration, because one thing you mentioned, well, it was clear, but just to kind of give it a little ones are not only taught the order, but taught it so that they can go back to their own people and administrate it. So obviously, if they got administrated, they have to be administrators of it, what you would call a priest. Now, again, within an African atmosphere, with an African tradition, we as Bobo Shanti today, I'm telling you, we are loose when it comes to setting boundaries. When it comes, I think we're kind of afraid too. So we don't want nobody feel that we racist or
Offend.
offend, we don't offend nobody. But we have to have boundaries.
You have to do that.
You got to be
Because the other
boundaries.
nations have boundaries upon us.
I mean, you have to bound because I mean, you see, like look, like the North God there.
Right.
That's what I was thinking in my mind. I mean, I just meditate these little things here. I say the North Guard is such a serious position. Don't get me wrong. That's your chief security, not the North Guard, pardon, the East Guard, the East Guard. You know, the red, black, and green that rise first.
Right.
You don't know how much serious when it comes to holding the guard, you know. It's like pure military iron, you know. It's like if I just, you know what I mean, I gone into a different world. I'm a security man.
Yeah, man, you don't know no friend, you know.
So if it's bush in front of me, I looking to see if anything moving in the bush. I securing what's going on inside. Now, it's just me, we going into battle.
It's battle, priest.
Against
It's
the enemy.
battle.
And you have to be careful who you have as your royal guard.
True.
Because if the royal guard come across his grandfather in the battle or his father, boy, he might get soft on you. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, you have to. So no, a lion is a lion and a hyena is a hyena.
Hyena.
I give thanks when if the hyena can humble and say, yeah, man, no worry, I'm not stealing your food no more. You know what I mean? You can go to sleep. I will look out for you. But let's be truthful. I mean, you're going into battle, lions fight against hyenas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you have a hyena on your side now, and the hyena say, boy, that's my mother day, If the hyena turn on you, that's just the law of nature taking place.
Yeah, but it will turn on you,
But give thanks to the real hyenas that we say, my Lord. I give thanks to that. I'm going to be very blunt, There are some real white people out there. I know them. In fact, to me, they're realer than some black people. Some of them wish they were black. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to call the name, but some of them I know personally.
Yeah.
Even just to put on the colors, they would call and ask me if it's right for them to wear the red, gold, and green. So like, that's the level that because they understand the truth. It's just the truth. And not to be ashamed of. I say, yeah, man, everything blessed, man. If it's right for them to wear an African pendant, yeah, man, you're blessed. Go through.
It's true, man. You have to money.
Yeah. So to me, them is, as you said earlier, okay, give thanks to accept the black God. But just accepting the black God, that's one thing. But you're supposed to put your life on the line now for the black God and his people. Because even we as the black God and his people, we lacking a lot in putting our life on the line. Our resources on the line. Much more so, not only another nation, but the nation of the oppressor now, who have privilege in them time here. And many of who still sucking off of the wealth that was taken from us. I mean, if they're real, they would be on the front line of funding this. Yeah, straight up.
Straight up.
If they're real, if as you say, the other nations are real, especially if they know, yeah, this is the truth. Yeah, man, and I respect this. Well, House of Priest on tonight, boy, I know I'm going to get some jewels. Yeah, Freedom, Redemption, International Repatriation. They should be on the front line. And just sealing up with this part here. Because when the priest from Greece got his crown in the air, he was sent out to address his people as it relates to the redemption of those people. I mean, John Yoel, I think his name is.
Yeah, John Yoel, yes.
John Yoel, yes. He was sent to the UN, sent to the authorities in Greece. He had to send back report to the Congress to say, yeah, I met with this, I met with that, and this is what is taking place. So I think, since we like to say, well, King Emmanuel did that, well, I think all of those who would have now benefited from John Yoel's going forward should take his example too. And follow in his footsteps and go and agitate to their government and say, yeah, man, the Africans, Emmanuel Macron, the African, we need to reparation, yeah. And the man in Spain and the man in Germany, because we all over, as Bobo Shanti, and they listen.
All over, my
lord. It's all love we have, but it's reality. So I think differently, and I always on the black people now, but let me just stay on the others for a moment. Those who accept this fate here And yeah, they need to step up now when it comes to the redemption card. Yeah, and that's it. It's just reality. I don't think I'm wrong.
Reality.
My Lord.
Yeah, man. Everything there is just facts, priest, because you see, it's strength the man need, and that's why I'm calling you know. And him call everyone, you know. The door wide open, and to come and see. You know, come and see. That's why even His Majesty, you know, many books that I read, you know, I will find the truth about His Majesty, you know, as other nations write it, you know.
True.
And give I the reality also, you know. So therefore it's showing you, you know, because what I forefathers, ancestors put before us, and we see that ensample, it's supposed to become greater. Just as you say, John Yowell. So we see all the father would use him. So therefore, it's the same way within the administrative of the government, the committee, the parliament, to know that, you know, a man might come to the foundation and spend a time at the foundation, as you say, and build himself. He probably spend 6 months. He probably going forward as a priest. Therefore, him receive a blessing. And receiving the blessing, him leave with these things, you know, say, you know, you have to go to your government. You have to go so on. You understand? So this is the mission. And yes, we bless you with this, that you could teach the people the way of how to praise the black God. And this is how to praise the black God. But do remember that the black God is in captivity, in exile with his people.
Exactly.
And for you to even to secure what you have learned, to pass on to your people, without this black God getting his human rights and justice, you could be bringing up death upon yourself because you're bringing in something new, a different doctrine within your people. So for the safety of this to be preserved, you have to know that you have to agitate for the black God. You know, for the black God to come to rule in power upon the face of the earth. Melchizedek order, so you leave with a blessing, but you also have, so therefore, it's documentation, because the Congress is moving on. One time it was one person. Now you have 10 persons coming from there, 100 persons coming from there, family coming from there. And so you realize, even when you look at it, this is a reality, because I was saying to a priest the other day, and I said to the priest, how serious Bobo Shanti really take this order? You understand? Like serious, like, when I say serious, I mean well serious, because I was there and I was observing other people in their religions, you know, and I was observing, and I said, that man could leave and go there, and if he leave and go to that country where other people is here, him could find garments. Him could find garments to wear. You know, you could see like them building a nation. That means they're providing apparels for their people. I said, so how many places you could go and see, like, you know, Bobo Shanti building like a nation? You know, you could walk into a store, you know, even if over 3,000 Bobo lady, you could walk into a store, you know, say, you could pick up a turban instead of you go get a cloth and you have to seek someone to sew that for you, you know? And when you look on the other people now, you realize that they're on a mission of building a nationhood, because you see they're increasing in family, in children, in the schooling, and as you see, they learn of it, but they're bringing it to another level, you understand? Wherein I know we have to, you see, now we have to rise up in ourselves and build for that nation. That the father, guys, it's a royal nation, you know. It's a nation. So you look on the word nation, and you watch certain things and see how people build nation. You know that look on them so-called thing in Europe, them Vikings and them Christians, till them come together upon for them thing, and them building for them have them nation in them thing. You understand? Different people, you know, pagan worshiping, two kind of paganism, you know. And the two paganism, them come together and they build a nation.
Yes,
So,
yes, sir.
most like now, I and I, as a people now, we're supposed to build in our nation. This is the Bobo Shanti, as I say now. A nation, royal nation, wealth, kingdom. We are look on the kingdom rising. You know, even your daughter marrying into that angel, their son, and you know, the nation increasing and going and it, yeah. Because it's a nation building. Nation building. It's not like, because right now, we're losing our children.
Not sure.
Yeah. So, nation building, man. And you know, even I as priest, I just say house of priest, is that I have to push forward this time, say, remind the nation, remind the congregation. It's a nation we're building. It's not just because they say practice, you know, they must have a training ground. And Marcus Garvey said the West is a training ground in the meantime. And it's not a dream thing. I wonder if one day we're going to reach Africa and everything there. We have to make it a reality because the man make a way in the wilderness. So these places are training ground, practice. Regardless of we say we don't need certain things in the West, but as long as we're down in the West, we have to practice for in our schools. Find yourself, and have university, have everything what we need. Holistic farming. You know, you could go through all of them like other places, you know, and you know, them have them newspaper. Them have them farming, you know, some people they might say them is Hebrew Israelites. Them have them community where them farm, them buy from them community, them go upon certain movements sometimes. You could see the Nation of Islam, you could see we just are giving an example, because Marcus Garvey, they give example of other people same way. So I know have to take up our works and move on that example and see how they're moving forward. Because sometimes you look on these nations and you see the people moving forward, you realize, what is I supposed to move? So we have to take our things serious. How much do we, as a people now, value our robe and turban tradition?
But I just jump in there, just to jump in, but even the what you call the other nations within the Bobo Shanti order. Remember, for a good while, you know, they stand out as an example to I know.
Right.
I myself comment that several times. I mean, in Colombia and Costa Rica, and so the way they set up their camp, where they come and see, where they go back and replicate, and how they keep up their vibes and their international celebrations and so.
True.
You know, you can't help but admire and give thanks. Because especially at that time, you know, I mean, even in the rest of the Black Liquor Islands, that strength wasn't really being seen. They set up communities, set up the schools. You see them there, all the empresses with their fall, like no half an empress, and this and nobody.
And working together and making them thing, and you see.
When I say half an empress, hold on, let me be clear, because I don't want to sound wrong. There's no half an empress, pardon me. I mean, in the sense of there's an order that King Emmanuel would have given to the empress. The empress, them is full empress, if it's one thing. Even if they're Jerry, scary curls and perm, them is the empress of God. But there's an order for the empress now to try. Right, that's what I meant to say. And them brethren and sisters down there, over there, whatever. I'm telling you, the woman, they're moving in the full order, the full, you know, when you see I and I as black man and woman together, you know, usually see it like that there. So, yeah, just tell you the truth. You know, like,
but the truth is the man.
It's the truth.
It's just the truth. It's just the reality.
It's like the prophecy that I talk about. So even I and I should look at that and step up. Like, wow.
Yeah, man.
Man, game.
But priest, it is there for us to do, you know, to step up and realize what we have is a treasure, because we don't realize we have someone come and take it and gone with it. And then they come over and say, oh, them one, they just do them thing down there, so them now giving nothing on all of them that they go complain about. But the liquor them a learn, them a try to come together and do the same way. And if we put ours together, it's greater, well, greater strength than that. You understand? Right. So you can't like watch them and them thing the same way, them going through. And through the Father is a just man. Because the rain fall upon everyone, they'll get their reward. You see? In what they're agitating, what they're doing towards, they'll get their reward. So likewise, the other people have to come together the same way. Because they say, just like Lalibela, go up to heaven, and then come forward and then create the tabernacles. So they come forward to the foundation and observe. Why you think they stayed such a long time upon the foundation and observe? And they go forward and they're sewing robe and turban. And they're making the bread and they set bread. And if certain things they don't understand, they will make a call and say, my Lord, how that's supposed to go through again? And which psalm supposed to read for do that? You see, they're practicing. You see it, so. I know that.
Well, man, and I must say, no, them set of people, they remember they come from a different environment, you know. Remember, there's a lot of black people amongst them set of people there too, you know.
Yeah.
Them Brazil kind of place and some different mixture and some Indian.
A lot of mixture.
There's all kind of different things. But still amongst I think, you know, we need to understand. I think we lose the understanding of African spirituality. We have to really get forward to that. You know what I mean? Now, because a few of I may mix or whatever, that's not no excuse.
No excuse.
We know what a black man is and what a black man is not. We need to kind of ground the energy. That's why it's called African spirituality, you know what I mean? So we can't water it down as we go into trouble.
No.
And any real white person would be saying, yes, my Lord, I totally agree with you.
Naturally.
Stop rushing up, allow the man and make them do their thing. Yeah, that's a real white man.
You see, it's just one award in a priest. You see, the same thing wherein the other nations of the world look on black people, not Bobo Shanti and Rasta, no. They look on black people on a whole, like you know, take your things serious.
Yeah.
It's so them now within as a Bobo Shanti, as a Rastafari, I say.
Take it serious.
They're not taking it serious because in the Bingi, you still have white Bingi, you understand? You have Chinese, you have Japanese, you see, so they say not taking it serious. But they'll come now and they see what you have. And they are not stupid. They know their limitation. Simple as a scene. They know their limitation. They know where that is not their part. But you see the part that is there, they try to bring it to the highest that they can bring it to. Is, for example, a man know that the manager's office, him seat in there is not your seat, but you as a person here, that is your part. And you're going to be the best in what you can do right there, sir. So everyone have to know them limits and where they are to be. But we say, no, I and I as a people, man, we have to really take it serious, take our order serious. And I think what in my view too, is like, I and I as a people, we need to watch more documentary because there are many documentaries that tell about certain ethnic groups, certain groups in Africa, some African people, certain spirituality within certain foundations, certain countries. And you could pick it up and you see how they move towards their liberty is whether the children, the wives, or they get married. All of these things, and all the people take their things serious. Where it's coming from. You could read about the Dahomey Empire, the Benin Kingdom. You could read all about this and you realize how the people keep up their spirituality. and cherish it. So when you see how they cherish, you realize that when we realize, I and I as a people realize what I and I have in our hands, we cherish it also. How they preserve and protect their children. Or the elders, like I was, watching I was watching a program the other day and we were talking about the elder councils. And I say, you see, it sometimes, even amongst ourselves, just like we have the elder councils and some people might have a little problem with it. And it's sure, they always have the council of elders. It's just an ancient African, just a tradition. It's nothing new. Because we have to find for ourselves, because not everything, the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards come give I and I the blueprint and the main things. But there are things now that I and I, in I and I self, have to make I and I self what we ought to be and go in ourselves and bring it forward. It's not him to discover everything and come through it and give you and God bring in this Christian world where you just wait for God to give everything and you become lazy, you don't want to do nothing for yourself. We're supposed to find these things and find these treasures and bring it forward. And say, my Lord, that's how we used to move, You see, you marrying a sister, you bring out something to the family. The village bless you and used to give you a 10-head a cow or whoever, wealth and all of these things. A man might look upon it away, but it is reality. It's just all of these practices. And as black people come to the God of love, you come to the family too.
Sure.
The father and the mother of the young sister. Make yourself be known you want to be with the man and woman daughter, and you don't want to get involved to know the parents and everything. You couldn't even know the background. Them could say, they could search out and say, so where you from? And so and say, you can't marry. You can't marry. No, you can't marry. Because it's so and so down the line, or don't realize, you is chief, no Como, great grandson, and you're marrying into chief so and so. They could really give you an update upon that empire that was down there and say, it's a blessing. You have to bring forward this empire. You understand? You get blessings. You get knowledge. All of these things. All these culture. So we have to preserve what we have. And we know, say, if it's an Asian tradition, not just to speak about it, say it's an Asian tradition, and we don't want to live to it. We have to live to it. Because other nations will come and them going to live to it. The Chinaman just want to find it out, and realize, that is what you have. And you realize what he make out of it. You see, we used to have red, gold, and green. You make a cloth now. You don't have to stitch red, gold, and green together. You can go and just sell it to you quick. All of these things, Yeah. We give thanks, for Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And he said we have to do it, And if we don't do it, we shall die. And the black man and the black woman are perishing in this time, through lack of knowledge. Whether by eating, drinking. And tell himself, say him can't. And him still waiting. And realize, say, King Emmanuel Charles Edwards don't come shrine. I say, the waiting thing over, Is I and I self, So I and I as priests have to always continue to push that fire into the people. To realize that I and I are the liberators. I and I have to wake up, Leadership mean everything, pain, blood, and death, Marcus Garvey said, you expect to redeem Africa, some of you not meditating, so some people have to die too. It's war. Just as you see in Banner, It's war, it's a battlefield with them, you know? The tabernacle is like a tanker, you know?
True.
Yeah, man, missile go out of that, man. Lightning and thunder, man.
Exactly.
See? And remember, you know, it is the America, them have envoys, them have them troops in all countries over the world. So like I know as Bobo Shanti, we're supposed to have envoy, we're supposed to have all over the world. That means that we can come together, you know. Well, it's time to bring people together, you know. It's time to bring people together. And although this time will soon be over, and we shall anchor in the harbor because millions are on their journey and there's still rooms a million more.
Yes, my Lord, give thanks.
Sure, man.
Right. So give thanks, you know, even in sealing on my part, just royal family just understand too, because it's very important. A lot of ones confuse Black supremacy and even try to shun from it, thinking maybe because of the brutality of white supremacy. And
Sure.
one wants to comprehend, and that is why even some of these conversations, you know, don't go down good with some, because again, they already have a pre-concept as such. And Black supremacy is not the flip side of
No.
white supremacy at all. And we have examples of both supremacies as such. Come on, say there's not named white supremacy, but we know what we mean when we say that.
Right.
But we have example of both. We can show you when there was Black supremacy. It was a much longer span of time. Yes, it had its ups and downs, but it still was a period of growth. It was a period of harmony. It was a period, anytime you see any too much of fighting is when somebody invade. It was a
Yes.
period of the pyramid builders. It was a period of high knowledge, creation of astronomy, the creation of the God concept. It was a period of just of growth and understanding nature, harmony with nature. That's Black supremacy. The whole world would have flourished. That's why you go all over the world and see the marks of Black
Right.
supremacy. Now, white supremacy is a different thing. That was a period of horror and terror and slavery and up to now, and poverty and communism and capitalism, and you go all over the world, you do see the marks of white supremacy too. It's
Surely.
called death and destruction, and how much people wipe out and can't find Arawaks anymore, all them kind of things. So so it's two different things. Black supremacy is just the natural constituents of the planet, where the melanated ebonite energy governs the planet. That's all dark matter, dark energy. And again, that is why anyone that really accept this is not Christianity. This is not, oh, well, you know, I mean, everybody the same. No, it really takes a humble heart. And be real humble to come in and say, yeah, my Lord is the black God.
Black
You know,
God.
I mean, my parents were wrong, and they did your people horribly. Yeah, I can take up this mantle to make sure I do my best to add to this redemption struggle.
That's it.
You've done.
That's it. That's it.
It's my Lord.
That's it, praise.
True. But I'm gonna leave that as my words. I don't know if any sealing words for the eye before the eye blessing. We just, you know, you don't know, Jah guide everyone that's gonna be going through this storm here and the other storms behind. And you know, as you can see where they're leaving from and where they're coming to. I would believe if we were on the other side, we would be watching them leaving the coast of Africa coming over here. But for those of us over here, we're in the firing range, gotta be ducking and dodging.
Yeah, man.
So I guess that's a sign. Yes, my
We give,
Lord.
we give thanks, give thanks to Marcus Messiah Garvey, the great forerunner. It's a time wherein there's a real spiritual part going through the ends of the earth always when it comes to this time of the year. We know His Majesty Earth Strong is coming up. Emancipation Day is coming up. Marcus Garvey, Earth Day coming up. So it's a full force impact. It's like a higher level of spirituality, of revolutionary vibes, of revolutionary spirit, passing through flesh and blood in this time. And as a people have to just know that we have to just wake up and realize what is going on in this time. Wake up. Some people say wake up and smell the coffee. That's what them have out there, but you have to wake up in this time, Wake up to that trumpet there. And the trumpet of the Lord shall sound and time shall be no more. Can these dry bones live, God? It really reach into a time now where it look like it's really dry bones. Like people really, giving up. And there's no time to give up now because remember, the hottest part of the battle is right at the end there, At the hottest part that, so we have to make sure, say, we're there, man. We can't give up, When you think everything done, rise again. Rise to the occasion. Rise now yourself as a people. Let us build ourselves as a united body, a united goodie of people in this time, one united nation. We give thanks for each and every members of the Congress. And we give thanks to our black self and our black God. And we give thanks to Emperor Selassie. Give thanks to the works that they go through, even when I speak about the documentary there, Grandpa, the Emperor, you see, the people cry, man. You cry, and all of these people who say them overthrow these great leaders, you can see that they were sent because them always remain in power so long. Just like even Blaze there and Thomas Sankara, they always remain in power so long.
Yes.
They know that they were sent, and, even, many things to be said, but we give thanks still. And Africa shall be great again, and I as African people shall make it great again. But is not another nation going to make it great for I and I? Is I and I have to make it great for I and I self? Because we can't depend upon no one else but I and I self. Also, we have loved everyone except I and I self. And we help everyone except we help I and I self, So I and I have to just help each other in this time, Did the weak be strong? So the most high, Selassie, Jah. Rastafari. Give thanks to the house of priest. Give thanks to, it's really a house of priest over there in Antigua. This time, priest, a lot of priests here. We give thanks. Thanks to the island of priests, We give thanks, my Lord. Give thanks to the works going through, Give thanks to those on the foundation, continually. And we give thanks to the empresses, We give thanks to the engineers also. We give thanks to the building, The princess and royal prince same way still there. Give thanks to the empress, And give thanks to our blessing to every priest Morgan, and every priest Bayer, Prophet Chris, Byron, Prophet Byron also, Delegation coming in. We give thanks and glorify continually. Holy Manuel, Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Bless and sanctify. My Lord.
My Lord, give thanks, God.
Royal Black Supremacy Reverend.
Yes, God. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Majesty.
Yes, my Lord, I say we just take it out with the Nabingi.
Honorable.
And we give thanks.
And that the reverend. Yes.
an eternity and never see the problem solved. God made man Lord of his creation, gave him possession and ownership of the world. And you have been so darned lazy that you've allowed the other fellow to run away with the whole world, and now he's bluffing you and telling you that the world belongs to him and that you have no part in it. I don't have to apologize to anybody for being black, because God Almighty knew exactly what he was doing when he made me black. If black people knew their glorious past, then they would be more inclined to respect themselves. Yes, you heard of Johnny Walker Red and black. Well, he had his adversities, but he's still going strong. Well, I intend with your help and God's grace to continue, because my work has only just begun. And future generations shall have in their hands the guide by which they shall know the sins of the 20th century. I know, and I know you too believe in time, but we shall wait patiently for 200 years if need be to face our enemies for our posterity. When my enemies are satisfied, in life I shall come back, or in death even to serve you as I serve you. In life I shall be the same, in death I shall be a terror. Then count on me to be the real Marcus Garvey I would like to be. If I may come in an earthquake or a plague or a pestilence or as God would have me, then be assured that I shall never desert you and make your enemies triumph over you. Will I God not go to hell 1,000,000 times for you? If I die in Atlanta, my work will only just then begin. For I shall live in the physical or the spiritual to see the day of Africa's glory.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my dear.
You done that. Oh, the storm will soon be over.
It'll be long kind of the harbor. Emmanuel, that's yeah.